Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Slash Opinion. Today I'm going to be talking about how I don't think you should pre-order Zelda Breath of the Wild. Here's the thing, okay? I think Zelda Breath of the Wild looks like probably the best game that's going to come out next year. Almost guaranteed, in my personal opinion. So you're saying, why the hell wouldn't I pre-order that game? You know, if it looks good, if it's pretty much guaranteed to be good, then why should I not get it? And the reason I say that is because No Man's Sky just came out, and God, did that game look amazing, okay? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I was on board the hype train for up until about a year ago. I thought the game looked like it was going to be one of the most groundbreaking gaming experiences of the friggin' 21st century. I thought it was going to be like the new Minecraft almost, you know? They certainly did a good job of hyping it up to be that. Now, the problem that ultimately came of No Man's Sky was that the game was all advertising and no substance. I heard people say that it's hardly even an 8-hour game. And you know, I'm not going to go too into the specifics of like what's wrong with No Man's Sky, because I mean, I personally haven't played the game, so I can't speak for it, and I'm not going to. But we've been burned way too many times in the past 4 years that we cannot do this crap anymore, guys. I know that we've already had this conversation, you know. I've watched Boogie2988 make a video about how we need to stop pre-ordering games, and I don't really think it made much of an impact. I mean, I think that some people might have stopped, but I think the truth is that the day of the pre-order needs to come to an end. The quality of games as a whole in the recent years has kind of fallen through the tubes. You know, we get a lot of content in a game, we really truly do, but the problem with the content we're getting now is that it's always paywall. It's almost a certainty that you're not ever going to actually be able to access 100% of a game anymore when you pay $60 for it, because microtransactions have absolutely shattered the industry and ripped it apart. And not only is that a problem, the games that are coming out now, companies are so comfortable, they sit so well with pre-orders and things like that because they know people will buy into the games. And yeah, there's always hype for games. Always hype for games. Every game always looks amazing. Infinite Warfare probably looks awesome to a lot of people right now because of the new zombies reveal that they just did. But I tell you that you need to stay your feet and you need to not pre-order games anymore, because if we do not stop pre-ordering games all the time, the quality of games will continue to drop and eventually we'll reach a point where we might actually have another game crash. This is something that legitimately concerns me that I've been thinking about for quite a long time. In 1986, basically all the consoles that were out, every single frigging game that was put out was shovelware. Like, for example, the game E.T. was so poorly constructed and poorly made, and it was such a critical failure that they actually dug a giant hole and just threw all of the copies of the game that they could into a giant fill in the ground. And they didn't find it until about 3 or 4 years ago, where it was an urban legend up until that point. The point is that we may actually be about to reach another point where all of a sudden, quality of games is going to get so low that one day everyone's almost collectively going to stop buying games. And that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Like, why would everyone just stop buying games all of a sudden? Well, it's not that crazy, because it's exactly what the game crash of '86 was. Do you know who rescued us from the game crash? Who brought us out of the game drought and brought in the new age of good games? It was Nintendo. To me, it seems necessary that given the current state of video games, we stop pre-ordering and we stop investing our money before we even know what we're getting into. And it's important to manage your expectations for games and make sure that you are doing your absolute best to be an informed consumer before you buy something. Because it's never been more important than it is right now to make sure that you're spending $60 on a game that is worth $60. I know this is kind of an esoteric rant about something that not a lot of people probably care about, but I think this is actually one of the most pressing issues of the gaming industry at the moment. So essentially, all I'm saying is hold your breath on Breath of the Wild. You knew the Wheel of Fortune theme because that was a fucking great pun. Anyway, so with that, I leave you guys with the question: do you think that Breath of the Wild is worth pre-ordering? Anyway, all the stuff I said is my opinion, and I'm sticking it to the man. Okay, bye guys, see you Friday.